Welcome back, Focus Learners. We have a really fascinating explainer queued up for you today. We're going to objectively decode a massive, highly popular presentation for a program called the Genius Song. So this was created by a NASA-trained neuroscientist named Dr. Robert Lake, and it completely centers around this so-called 7-second brain ritual. Apparently, 19,389 Americans are already using this to escape brain fog. We're going to break down the science it points to, the wild claims it makes, and the absolutely meticulous way this entire sales pitch is structured.
Okay, let's dive into this structured roadmap. We're going to cover 1. The premise, 2. The mechanism, 3. The execution, 4. The claimed benefits, and finally, number 5, the offer. All right, kicking things off with section 1. The premise, the stolen brain power problem.
You know, every truly compelling pitch starts by identifying a massive, severe problem. Here, the source introduces this idea of a specific cellular deactivation, something that supposedly literally robs us of our natural abilities. And to really dramatize how bad this is, they bring in this forgotten study of 3,008 individuals by NASA. This was originally intended to measure the brain power of future rocket scientists. And honestly, the data they present is staggering. When NASA tested children, a massive 98% of them scored at creative genius levels. They were effortlessly solving incredibly difficult problems. But look at this drop-off. 5 years later, only 30% were still at that level. By the time they hit their teenage years, it plummets to 12%. And as adults, less than 2% of us retain access to this super brain power. Which brings us to a highly energetic, dramatic assertion from the presentation. Dr. Robert Lake explicitly states, there is a crook that took your God-given brain power. And what's wild is that this NASA-trained neuroscientist attributes this loss not just to the modern school system, but to a hidden biological culprit. It's pitched as a physiological deactivation that is actively suppressing our intuition and our creativity.
So that leads us directly into section 2, the mechanism, activating the gamma wave.
The logic here is pretty straightforward. If something biological is turned off, well, the solution is turning it back on, right? The pitch focuses our attention on this cashew-sized 200 million-year-old part of the brain, linked to the gamma brainwave, which Dr. Lake has actually coined the genius wave. Now, they define this as a flow state. It's that magical moment when multiple regions of your brain fire simultaneously and connect to create this super brain. And notice the genius marketing tactic here. They explicitly link this specific brainwave to the flow experienced by elite athletes like Tom Brady, performers like Taylor Swift, and even those billionaires who wake up at 4 a.m. It instantly builds tremendous aspirational authority right into the biological mechanism itself.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how they contrast our childhood brains with our adult brains to explain that NASA data we just talked about. In kids, the pitch claims, this gamma wave is highly active, so they are constantly having these eureka moments and learning incredibly fast. But in adults, this wave has supposedly become totally dormant. It's deactivated, leaving us stuck in this really frustrating cycle of brain fog. It is just a brilliant psychological structure because it shifts the blame for our everyday struggles completely away from us and places it squarely on this purely biological switch. Moving right along to section 3, the execution, how the technology works.
So how exactly do we fix it? Well, the presentation notes that historical figures, like Thomas Edison, actually used complicated physical contraptions to activate their gamma waves to solve hard problems. But Dr. Lake's team claims they condensed this entire process into a simple digital audio track based on Nikola Tesla's principles of frequency. And this perfectly sets up how the pitch contrasts the Genius Song against basically everything else out there. Traditional meditation? That takes 20 to 40 minutes, twice a day, and takes months to actually work. Biofeedback machines? We're talking thousands of dollars or $300 hourly sessions. So the Genius Song is positioned as this ultimate, highly affordable, massive shortcut.
And they really hammer home the extreme simplicity of this claimed ritual. I mean, there are no pills to take, no writing exercises, no complex mantras you have to repeat. Step 1, you just download the track. Step 2, put on your headphones. Step 3, relax for 7 minutes. That's literally the whole shebang. It's designed to work completely beneath your conscious awareness, supposedly synchronizing your brainwaves starting the very first day you use it.
Let's look at section 4, the claimed benefits.
Okay, so once the technology supposedly does all this heavy lifting to activate that dormant brainwave, what actually happens to you? According to the source, users start noticing serious mental clarity within just 2 to 3 days. And the list of long-term benefits they promise is just incredibly wide-ranging. We are talking improved problem solving, deep learning for new money-making skills, living in a flow state of luck and synchronicity, crazy stress reduction, and even accelerated healing. They claim it decreases joint pains and kills bad cravings, like users reportedly lose the desire to smoke or eat junk food. And get this, it even claims that activating your gamma wave positively influences the people around you, leading to deeper relationships, a phenomenon the pitch actually attributes to Columbia University research.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, the offer, pricing, and guarantees. So after perfectly establishing the problem, the biological solution, and all those massive life benefits, they drop the price point right here, $39. And to make this look like an absolutely undeniable steal, the presentation notes that Dr. Leek's colleagues actually suggested slapping a $500 price tag on this. It's a classic price anchoring tactic, right? It creates this perception of a massive discount for a one-time digital investment that you get to keep forever. And to further sweeten the deal, they stack the offer with 3 free bonuses, which they claim are valued at $197. These include a copy of a legendary wealth attraction book that actually inspired the movie The Secret, a visualization audio track specifically designed by a top-rated creator from the Calm app, and a 5-habit infographic called Create Your Ideal Future. These bonuses aren't random. They are meticulously chosen to align perfectly with the core desires of anyone watching: money, love, and health. Then comes the absolute ultimate safety net, the risk reversal tactic. The pitch offers an ironclad 90-day, 100% money-back guarantee. The narrative they spin here is that Dr. Lake is just so remarkably confident in this NASA-recommended research that he's giving you a full 3 months to test it out. If your life and relationships don't totally transform, you get every single penny back. It completely removes all financial risk from your shoulders, making the decision to hit that buy button feel incredibly safe. So what does this all mean? We have just unpacked an absolute masterclass in modern product presentation. From utilizing forgotten NASA data to highlight a hidden biological deficit, to promising a super convenient, low-effort technological fix for your health, wealth, and relationships, this pitch is beautifully structured to capture and hold attention. But it leaves us with one massive question. Does a simple 7-minute audio track truly hold the key to reclaiming the lost genius potential we all had as children? Or is this just the ultimate, meticulously crafted, modern biohacking sales pitch? I'm going to leave that up to you to objectively weigh out based on the mechanics we've unpacked today. Keep analyzing, keep learning, and I'll catch you in our next explainer.